Hey guys, so welcome back. And today we'll discuss a very important entity involved in Excel since formulas and functions, as I told you, is the bread butter of Excel. And if you do not know how to utilize formula, how you can audit the formula, it would be very difficult for you to utilize various models and debug or rectify the errors that you encounter. Yeah. So, the most important aspect that we are going to learn today is about formula auditing. Now, how we can access formula auditing? It's in the tab on the ribbon. You will find this formula auditing group. We'll see all these individual commands one by one, but I'll show you how that could be used in Excel to find or audit your formulas or functions. Yeah. So let's quickly jump on to each and individual commands that are available. But before that, let me first show you how you can access this particular tool or auditing tool through a keyboard, as we always do. So we need to first check how we can use keyboard to access the auditing tool. So you need to press on Alt to access the menu bar. So let me first go to the Excel. Okay, so I'll press on Alt to access the menu bar. Yeah, where formulas is M. So I click on M. So get to the formulas bar. And here, from here, we can access the various options that are available in formulas auditing. In this formulas auditing, you have P for precedence, checking the precedence. D for dependence, remove arrows, show arrows, error checking, and evaluating formulas. And there's a watch window. Yeah. So let's first understand each and every of these options which you can use. Okay. So let me close this keyboard as of now, and we'll use mouse so that I can point out to the various things that I'm using. Okay. So let's start with the various options. Now you need to be very understanding that Excel auditing enables you to analyze massive worksheets and interpret nested formulas. So if there are nested formulas, if there are errors or inconsistency, or if there are dependencies on some other sheets of those formulas, it is very, very helpful. Yeah, but right now I'm showing you the very basic part of it, but when you use it for complex calculation to find out what are the dependencies and the precedence, it's very, very, very helpful. So additionally, all formulas defined in this worksheet can be viewed through a formula auditing feature, say show formula. So I will first start with the show formula tool. So if I in this formula auditing tool, you have this command show formula. So any formulas that are available on your worksheet, yeah, can be seen by just clicking on show formula. So it shows all the formulas that are available on this worksheet. You can see this. So I clicked on show formula. It is showing me all the formulas. If I again click on show formulas, it will remove the formula and show you the actual output. Yeah, that's pretty. So manually checking the formulas and errors for individual cell is tedious and time consuming. You know that. So it's better we click on show formula that will show you all the formulas that are available in the Excel. Yeah. So let's understand one by one all these options that are available. So let me start with trace precedence. So if I click on trace precedence, let me remove this. You will get a toolbar. You will say trace precedence is used to show arrows that indicate which cells affect the value of the current selected cell. Yeah, so it populates blue arrows showing the cell range affecting the active cells result. Yeah, trace dependence. It will show you the cells that are affected by the value of the currently selected cell. Yeah, so it populates a blue arrow showing the cell range affected by the active cells result. Yeah, remove arrows will remove all the arrows. There are various options, like if you want to just remove the precedent arrow, you can remove that, or dependent arrow if you have both been available in your sheet. Show formulas, we just saw how show formulas work. It shows you all the formulas that are available on the worksheet. Evaluate formula, it enables you to compute complex formula and its subpart can be evaluated individually. We can see that later. And error checking. Error checking, it inspect common errors gradually found in the active worksheet. Yeah, so it checks for common errors that occur when you use a particular formula. I'll show you that as well. And if you click on this arrow, you will have the various way of checking those errors as well. Last but not least is the watch window. So you can monitor the cells on the watch window while working on the other sheets. Yeah, we'll check watch window separately in a separate video altogether. But right now, what we are trying to know is the other options that are available in formula auditing. Yeah, so let's start with trace precedence. So if I have this value, yeah, and I want to know from which entity this value has been calculated. For example, we have calculated this total. Yeah, I'll remove this. I have calculated this total, which is for actuals. Yeah, and I wanted to know from where this total has come from. So I will click trace precedence. It will show me the values from where this total has been calculated. Or more important is, suppose I want to check this unit price that I have got, from where it has come. Yeah, so I'll just click on trace precedence. You can see it has come from two entities. One from this fixed entity. You must have, if you have seen my previous video. So it is calculated by using 4 lakhs. Yeah, and this 20 from H2. Yeah, by which this unit. So this is how you understand how this result has occurred and on which entities it is dependent on. Yeah. So this is the use of trace precedence. So if I want to understand from where this value has been calculated, I'll be able to do it. Trace precedence, very simple. I'll remove this arrow. I can remove arrows, or I can use remove precedence that I have added. So I'll say remove precedence. Pretty easy. Next is trace dependence. Now this arrows indicate which cells are affected by the value of the current cells. So if I go to 4 lakhs, yeah, so if I want to see where this value is being used in this particular entire data, yeah, so I'll just click on 20 and I'll say trace dependence. And you can see this value is been calculated, used for calculation in this 4 cells. Yeah, so it is showing me the arrows which will indicate that this particular value are affected by the value of the currently selected cells, which are this one. Yeah, again, I can use remove arrows. I can go to the drop down and click on remove dependent arrows. Pretty clear. So we are clear with this. Trace precedence will help me identify from where a particular value has been created. If I click on this, I'll do it again, trace precedence. So it is showing me from where this result has occurred. Trace dependence will help me trace dependence of this particular value. Yeah, remove it. We have seen show arrows. We have seen how to remove errors. So we have completed this three. Pretty easy to understand. Yeah. Now let's understand the error checking. So suppose I get an error. So I'll do an or I'll encounter an error if I try to add a value with a text. Yeah. So it will give me a value error. Yeah. So what I can do is I can go to this error checking, or if you can see there is a small icon that is appearing here, you can use this as well to get a help on this error. Yeah. So I can ignore error, edit in formula bar. Yeah. So you can edit in this formula R, or I can show calculation steps, which I'll show you on watch window while we're doing evaluate formula. So what I can do is I can click on error checking and it will open me this window. Yeah. So it will give me help on this error. So if I click on this button, so there are various options available. So I'll click on help on this error. So it will show me what this error relates to. Value error, what does it mean? So it will give me a pretty quick summary on what can be the probable causes of this particular error. Yeah. I can ignore this error. So by default, it will be ignored and you will not get this error as such. Yeah. So I'll ignore this error. This is pretty understandable. So I'll not click this. Edit in formula bar. So if I click on this, it will ask me to edit the formula in this formula bar. Yeah, right now I do not want to edit because I have already selected. So I want to edit in formula bar. Suppose I want to make this G1 to H1. Yeah, so that it rectifies. Yeah, and it will not give you an error. Yeah, so I'll say resume, and now there are no errors. But let me have that error once again so that we can check the next option. So the next option is show calculation steps. Now this is very important. So this could be accessed using the evaluate formula, or you can access it from here. So I close this. You can access show calculation steps. Yeah, from the evaluate option that is available here. Yeah, it will open the same window. But before going to that, let me take you to the other options that are available and I'll close this window. Options will give you other options that are available in the backstage view, how you want to evaluate your formulas over here, working with formulas, or error checking, how you want to show your color while encountering an error, or if there are any error checking rules that you want to set. I'll just, you need to go through this so that you can find it individually. I'll not go through individual error checking rules in options, but I wanted to show you how you can evaluate your errors. Yeah, so there is an error. If I want to jump to the next error, so I'll say click on next. So it will, there is no next error. So again, previous error, there are no errors which in this sheet apart from this error. So I cannot jump to the next error. So suppose I have another error over here. Again, I'll say this plus this. It will give you an error. Yeah. So I'm here right now and I say error checking. I jump to the next error. So it will jump to the next error. So you can see this previous, next, previous, next. So I can just from this window, I can keep on jumping to the various errors, rectify them and move ahead. Yeah. So these are the various options available in error checking. Let me jump to the evaluate option. Now this is very important. So calculation, you can access it from here, or I can click on the evaluate formula that is available in the formula auditing group in formulas ribbon. Yeah. So I click on evaluate formula. It opens me the same window. Yeah. What it does is it shows the result of the underlined expression that I have created. The most recent result appears italicized. So it takes D6 I can say step in. So it steps into this particular formula. I wanted to, show you okay. Now I wanted to show you this data as well. So it is D6 right now. If you see, it is underlined expression. So it is evaluating D6. So it is checking what is available in D6. It is 96, 87%. So I'll say step in. Yeah, I'll say step in. Can you see this? Where it is. So where this formula is getting all their details from. Yeah. So formula editing. So D6 plus G1, it got into D6. It is trying to find out where the D6 is coming from. So D6 is coming from C6 divided by B6. So C6 we divided by B6. And where is the C6 coming from? If there is some more formula, then it will sum this particular thing is coming from the C2 to C5 cell. Yeah. So I'll say evaluate, and you'll find it is first taking that evaluation that had happened. I'll say step out. Yeah, you can see it is available here, 12.87 divided by B6. So I'm trying to divide by B6. So I'll say step out, and you'll find here 86% plus G1. G1 is this cell, which is assume, which is a text field. Yeah, and I'll say evaluate, and you find it is adding a numerical value to a text value. That is where my concern here is. So again, press evaluate, and you'll find this is because of which it is getting an error. Yeah, I'll do this once again. I'll do it for other cell. I'll do it for this. How I have to check my error. So I go to my error checking. Rather than going to error checking, I click on evaluate formula. It opens this window. It's asking me to step in. Now, what I'm trying to do is, in this value, I'm trying to add E4, which is this cell, E4, which is this cell, and I'm trying to add this one, which is one is a numeric value and one is a text value. Yeah. So I'm trying to step in and try to find out whether there is some other steps which are getting me an error. So I say step in. So it gets into a step where it's trying to find out where is E4 coming from. Yeah. So E4 is coming from the cell C4 and H1. Yeah. So pretty clear. So it is both numeric. So there is no chances of error here. I'll say again, step in. You find this is coming. So this is a value. So that it is coming from here. So C4 is coming from the here. So I'll say step out, and this is getting evaluated. So it is the C4 is getting the value that has come in. So the value H1, then again I'll say step out, and you find 22750 is getting added to G1. So I'll say evaluate, and you find this value again is getting added to a text value, because of which it is giving an error. Yeah. So this is how you evaluate your formulas to check out where is the error coming from. Yeah. Hope this makes sense to your people while you are using this error or formula auditing tool. Yeah. Hope you understood this concept. Hope you understood this formula auditing piece that we have covered right now. Hope you like this video. Do like it, share it across with your colleagues who want to learn Excel. And yes, comment if you want me to cover any of the topics which are more important for you in your daily work that you do on Excel. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to my channel because that's how you're going to get all this kind of informative videos directly to your inbox. Let's see you in my next video, which will cover the watch window part from the formula editing tool. Thank you so much.